Hello everyone! It is I, BloodTearer, here with a multi-degree commentary. See, someone by the name of RedGamer75 did one on Dark Master Rises, who did one on Red Gamer, who did one on Super Charmander 1, who did one on Red Gamer, who did one on Super Swaggers. Yeah, as you can see by the legend on screen. Now, I'll keep this in track. I'll put this in the video description below so you guys keep track, and the numbers will help determine who's talking. So, let's just jump right into the action.
Today, I'm going to be reacting to the Super Swagsters rant on Minecraft. Here we go.
Oh, isn't it cute how you're talking in that monotone voice, and you're using only one picture? It's so adorable.
Yeah, I think he is aware of that. But he's just saying, at least try to put some emotion into your voice instead of just sounding all boring and you just don't even want to do this commentary at all.
Well, I am trying to put emotion into my voice. How you like it?
You are completely monotone as fuck.
Hello, I am Dr. Swag. I'm like the true gamer, and we are the Super Swagsters.
What is wrong with their voice?
I know what is wrong with their voices. It's almost as if it's not their actual voices, and they're just masking themselves because they're trolls.
Dude, if you are fully aware that these people aren't meant to be taken seriously, then why are you... Do you know what? Just roll the clip.
He is a troll, and he's doing it to people like you to get a reaction to get from you.
What? Huh? What is that clip supposed to mean? I couldn't understand what he was saying.
The video said he is a troll, and he goes after people like you to get a reaction out of you. What, did you not listen to it a few times while you were doing this?
Wait, Alright, and today we're making a video on how much Minecraft sucks, and people should stop playing it.
No. I'm not going to stop playing Minecraft. You can't order me to stop playing it. It's awesome.
Yeah, you know what's kind of funny? The fact that throughout this entire commentary, you're going to be ordering them around to stop hating Minecraft. So, yes, hypocrisy comes with some fries.
Okay, how are they being hypocrites? Because last time I checked, all that they are doing in this video is just giving their reasons as to why they don't like Minecraft. Nothing more, nothing less.
They are hypocrites because they are ordering me to stop liking Minecraft and all the other stuff they hate. So yeah.
Do you even know what hypocrite means? It means saying one thing and doing the exact opposite. Use a goddamn dictionary.
I mean, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 is a lot different from Call of Duty Black Ops.
Dude, Call of Duty sucks. It is the same game every time.
You know what's kind of funny? The fact that your avatar suggests that you're a Mario fan, and yet Mario repeats himself often, like Super Mario Galaxy 2 or every game in the new Super Mario Bros. Series.
You know, I would give you that, but one major problem with that statement. Because New Super Mario Bros. 2 and Super Mario 3D Land are not even a part of the same sub-series. I mean, if you would have even bothered and maybe bring up differences between New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. 2, then I can understand your point.
Differences between New Super Mario Bros. Wii and New Super Mario Bros. 2? Well, I found some differences. The levels are different, there's some new power-ups, and there's a goal which you should collect 1 million 1 million coins, and there's a coin rush mode. Apart from that, it's the same.
That should have been your argument against Super Charmander 1! Even with the differences you just mentioned, it's the gameplay that remains the same. Oh, dear lord.
I mean, just look at, like, the games that are good, like Call of Duty. Just look at a Call of Duty guy.
Yeah, look at Call of Duty. Like, it looks really realistic, and I can't tell the difference.
Who cares about the graphics? The graphics are supposed to be like that. Squares are good.
Fuck Skyrim and its amazing visuals. I got squares! But in all honesty, the graphics do contribute to the game because they're a part of it. And in a review, you must go over every part of the game.
So, by your own logic, Ninja Breadman graphically looks good just because it looks like it was made for the N64. Just wondering, why do people get so pissed when people criticize a game for its graphics? And I'm looking at you, 84 little Mac.
Go, The Legend of Zelda, Twilight Princess. It has amazing graphics. So, yeah, that game looks very realistic. Yeah.
That's your rebuttal? Something that a 5-year-old would use? Give me a break! How old are you, exactly?
The fact that there's, like, no guns at all.
Dude, I really hate first-person shooting. Why does Minecraft need guns? It's not a shooting game, it's an adventure game.
What was the point of bringing up that you don't like guns? Are you trying to make this a bore fest on purpose?
Pointless statement is pointless. Nuff said.
Hey, what's so pointless about that statement? Your statement's a bit pointless as well.
Wow. Just pulled a no you card. Wow. You know why that statement you just pulled was pointless? After you said you don't like guns, you turn around and you say you like GTA. Do you remember when I asked what a hypocrite was? Hmm?
No, screw actually getting alive, screw hanging out with your friends and stuff like that. What you really need to do is to, like, make Pokemon sprites or Sonic the Hedgehog sprites and other shit like that.
Why do you hate all these good games? They're awesome!
Now, I could be a faggot and pull out the opinion card, but instead I'm gonna go ahead and say that they never said that these games were bad. They just said that they hated how people are wasting their lives making sprites from these games.
But still, they are just giving away their opinions on those games, and you're just flipping your crap over it like a brain-dead fanboy. And I know I might be called a fag for using the opinion card, but I don't care.
Thank you for exactly making that statement up, since you said it earlier. Ha 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 ha.
Which one? Was it the Super Mario Bros. One? The pointless statement? Being a hypocrite? Come on, don't leave me hanging here!
I spent 3 hours of them punching them with my fist, and then they suddenly just go away.
The reason why the diamonds went away is because you're supposed to use an iron pickaxe. Get it?
But then people use pickaxe and get them in 5 minutes.
Thank you for saying exactly what they were going to say after your statement. Would you like a D for dumbass?
Hey, have you ever heard of something called, I don't know, watching the video through its entirety before deciding to do a commentary on it? That is something you should have done. Just like what I am doing right now.
Yes, I am making a commentary right now. So, yeah.
Which only proves you do a commentary the second someone does one on you, or when you get easily ass hurt. Now I know why your editing is such shit.
These guys are just so nasty.
Nasty? Really? Nasty? That's what you said to choose to describe them? You know, there's plenty of other words. In fact, you know what? I hate your word choice so much that my final verdict is nasty.
Do you know what? I am done with this, and I'm just going to end the video here. So, final thoughts. This commentary was just awful. End of story. So, this is Dark Master Rises signing out. And I think that Grown Ups 2 is by far the worst movie of 2013.
Okay, that's the end of my commentary. Yes, I've seen the first Grown Ups movie, and it was awful. So, yeah. Red Gamer 75 sign out. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.
That's it? No final thoughts? Okay then. Well, all I gotta say is, Red Gamer, I'll be expecting that video on me!
No one is telling you that you can't cosplay a person of color as a white person. They're telling you that you shouldn't. This is a broad conversation that is stemmed from a specific one that has been taking place on the GeekyCon 2018 Facebook group since yesterday.
Can you present a link or an example so that way you can back up your argument right here? Right now, I'm just going by sticks and stones.
Someone asked if it's okay for white people to cosplay as Hamilton characters, and they were asking if not, why, wanting to hear from all voices, including people of color.
Wow, that doesn't sound racist in the slightest. Wouldn't it have just been easier to say everybody?
Now this question was met with a ton of white people on the defense saying that you can cosplay as anything if you love the character as long as you don't do black or brown face.
Yeah, black or brown face is ugh. But saying white people are on the defense about this? You could have cited this source and I could have easily looked this up. It could have been anybody, for all I know.
And a lot of these white people in this discussion were speaking over the voices of people of color. Whenever a person of color tried to come in and say that they didn't agree, that they found this to be racist or problematic, they just kept explaining themselves and why they thought it was okay.
Again, you could have cited the source and I could have looked this up. For all I know, you're making all this up to make yourself look good.
Now, some people of color in that conversation also thought that it was okay for white people to cosplay as Hamilton characters, but several of them were clearly stating that they were uncomfortable with it, at best.
There is nothing wrong with cosplaying as your favorite character, no matter the skin color. If you love that character, dress up as that character to honor that character. Nothing wrong with that. At all. But you're saying that people of color, I guess I'm going to go use that, get offended when you spoke to them about this, and this is a minority? Again, it's hard to prove your argument when you don't cite this source.
Mainly they were saying that it's harmful for white people to cosplay as non-white characters due to representation issues.
Representation issues. So let's just go by your logic, for example. White people can't cosplay as blacks or Asian characters. Okay, with that same logic, that means black people can't cosplay as white or Asian, and Asian can't cosplay as white or black characters. See how fundamentally flawed that is?
Now, I'm going to break this down a bit further to explain to you why it's not okay to, 1, speak over marginalized voices, and 2, to choose to cosplay as a person of color when you're a white person, and there are just so many white characters you can cosplay as.
1. This is the internet. You speak for yourself and yourself alone. 2. You don't tell people what they can and can't cosplay as. Doesn't matter what skin color or what type of character they are. I'm just gonna let this next part speak for itself.
Now, I know I'm white, and this could be taken as me just being another white girl talking over marginalized voices. However, I'm being an ally in this conversation because the other white people in this conversation will not listen to those marginalized voices saying that what they're doing is wrong. So those of us who are actually listening to marginalized voices just have to keep talking, so that's what I'm doing. And I've spoken to several people of color about this very topic, and I'm here to spread their messages.
Yes. You are a white girl. More specifically, a social justice warrior. You think you can go ahead and speak for everybody because, oh, they're not being heard. When in fact they're being heard, but you're making sure that they're not being heard. but through you and you alone. And I have one simple question for you. Who gave you the authority to be their voice? I'm waiting.
Specifically to the GeekyCon 2018 group of people, if you find that community and that group a safe space, that is great. However, for it to be a true safe space, we need to remember all of the identities of everyone involved. I would encourage you to look at the Harry Potter Alliance's positive fandom guidelines to give you a good understanding of how to create a safe space, and I will leave that down in the link below. When a
Safe spaces and guidelines. Really?
person of color doesn't feel comfortable when you're doing something they consider racist, you're not creating a safe space. And you shouldn't feel attacked if you're told that your viewpoint is problematic. This is something that I've learned to do, and you should learn to do as well, because it makes a safe space for everybody.
Cosplayers usually go to conventions or to charity events dressed up as their characters. What you're saying is we should make safe spaces for all of these people. Yeah, that's not gonna work. Oh, and I love the fact, too, you actually took the time and effort to put in a little message saying that your audio was out of sync there. Good job.
You should listen to those calmly telling you why your opinion or your statement is problematic, and you should take that in and readjust your thoughts or your feelings or your opinions on this matter based on the voices that you're not listening to and that you're taught not to listen to. We need to change our behaviors when they're upsetting to other human beings and people in our community.
Everyone's gonna have a different opinion, no matter what. You shouldn't try to change their opinion just because they're problematic or you don't agree with it. Hell, I'm making this commentary because I disagree with your opinion.
It's really quite simple when you break it down and you stop yourself from being affronted immediately. If we can all listen to each other and have polite discourse when something is offensive, that's how we create safe fan spaces. This makes everyone better. This makes our community better. We have to listen to marginalized voices because traditionally we haven't.
And yet, you are trying to be their voice. See how flawed that is?
And it just makes these spaces worse for them. And worse for all of us in the end if we're not including everyone.
But you want everybody to follow certain guidelines, dress up as characters of their own skin color, and yet you want everybody to have safe spaces. Yeah, that's not gonna happen anytime soon.
Now back to cosplay for a minute. I've never personally cosplayed.
And there you have it, folks! Another social justice warrior going into a community she does not know and wants to change everything for her benefit only. Yeah, I'm taking everything she said now as a grain of salt.
There are a million characters that I could choose to cosplay, but I know to never choose a Hamilton character because it's not for me.
I might as well just let this one out of the bag now. Apparently the Hamilton she's talking about is Hamilton, an American musical, about Alexander Hamilton, one of the American founding fathers, who is white, by the way, being played by black people. So she just basically killed her own argument right there about that too. This is why I hate social justice warriors, and I hate talking about serious topics like this. But it had to be done.
I'm Kadesha. I'm Morgan.
And I'm Carmen San Diego.
On Game Age. Yay.
But wait,
Alright.
there is more.
First of all, why is it illegal? Like seriously, I mean, I know that I think it's illegal in some countries. But no, you think it's legal in some countries? Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what, legal. Yeah, it's. We think it's legal in some countries, but good on them. Good on them. A lot of countries, it's illegal, and that is stupid. It's wrong.
The main reason why gay marriage is illegal? It is because of religious. It's really obvious. You girls didn't do any research, did you? Oh man, I've been saying that a lot, haven't I?
It's just inhuman, because you know what? Tell me, how is it much different, like any different, except for the fact that they look got the same genitals? But you know, who cares? They're in love. They should be able to express. Like, does it hurt you physically in any way possible if they get married? No, it doesn't. So stop trying to stop it from happening, because one day they're gonna get married, and you're gonna be left alone with no one to love, and they're gonna be.
And like I just stated, it's because of religious beliefs, and also, from Wikipedia, where I got this, parenting concerns, to change the definition of marriage with that would lead to polygamy and incest, and other intellectual ideas expressed in natural law theory. Any questions?
Imagine if straight, like boy and girl, imagine if that was wrong and gay marriage was like the thing that was supposed to happen. How would you feel if you felt like the outcast and you wouldn't be able to get married to the person that you loved? How would you feel? And look, okay, maybe say someone likes someone who's brunette or blonde. Imagine if that was wrong. Like, you like people with someone that's blonde, and you can't because it's illegal. That's stupid. It's no different. It is no different.
And with that kind of logic, the human race would have died out a very long time ago. Well, I've said my piece. I'm not gonna go watch Strawberry Panic for some strange reason. Till next time. I'll just admit this right now. I am a huge fan of Star Trek, and I like the way Abrams is handling this franchise right now. And yes, I know about the whole Star Wars thing, but that's for another day. But after what happened with Nemesis and Enterprise, I'm actually happy to see the franchise is back and alive again. And I know not everybody likes it, the way it's going. But...
Hey everybody out there watching this on YouTube. This is a video that I kind of want to make for a couple of weeks now, and I've just had other stuff come up and haven't had a chance to get to it. But I'm making it now.
Really? Couldn't take some time out of those last few weeks to make this video? Like the last two videos you made?
And it is in regards to the J.J. Abrams reboot of Star Trek. Now, I personally have been a Star Trek fan for a very long time.
Jump cut! I have a challenge. Count how many of those there will be in the next 50 seconds.
I grew up initially watching Star Trek The Next Generation, and my dad, who also happened to be a Star Trek fan, introduced me to the movies from the original series, parts 1 through 6, and I moved on to Deep Space Nine for a while. I never really got into Voyager. Now, thanks largely in part to the popularity of DVDs and TV shows being released onto the DVD platform, I was able to discover the original series that way, and I fell in love with the original series just as much as I had enjoyed The Next Generation.
Sorry, I lost count there. Back to the topic at hand here. Didn't you prepare before going into this? Didn't you? The amount of noticeable cuts and lack of a script really shows you just want to get this video out there as soon as possible.
Now, along comes J.J. Abrams a few years ago, and he decides he's going to reboot the Star Trek franchise.
Just keep what he said in mind there.
Instead of doing new characters, he decides that he's going to tackle the original crew. So he's bringing back Kirk and Spock and Bones, but in an entirely new cast. And in my opinion, Abrams has just completely ruined the Star Trek universe. There's just so many things that anger me about it that I don't even know where to begin.
You do realize he was approached to direct this, right? And how could he have ruined it? You said it was a reboot, not a remake!
As far as I can gather from the original series, even though Kirk knew about Captain Pike, he never served on the Enterprise with Captain Pike. I could be mistaken about that, but from what I can tell from what I've seen of the original series, they never worked together on the Enterprise. However, in the reboot, Abrams has made Kirk commander under Pike, and then eventually taken over the captaincy from Pike.
Because it was explained before the films were released that it took place in an alternate reality. They can make a new timeline while preserving the old. Did you not know that?
I haven't had a chance to see the sequel, and to be quite honest, I don't know if I want to. A lot of people that have seen it have said, oh, this is a great film, it's full of action. And that's one of the things that really angers me.
What? The reboot series has a lot of action in it, and that angers you? All the other Star Trek movies had action in them. But you must not like Abrams that much, do you?
Yes, Star Trek had action in it. It would have been a completely boring show if there was absolutely no action. But a lot of Star Trek was based on dialogue and storytelling. And a lot of the stories had underlying hidden political messages behind them. And sometimes those messages weren't so hidden and they were really in the forefront of an episode.
You could say the same thing about the 2009 movie, about revenge, coming of age, so on and so forth.
But Abrams seems to just give in to the culture of today's society, which is instant gratification, by delivering action, 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 a bit of story, more action, a bit of story, action, action. That to me isn't what Star Trek is about. Star Trek is about the storytelling. And
they were trying to appeal to not only to Star Trek fans, but to the general audience as well. Paramount wanted to bring Star Trek back into the mainstream after what Rick Berman did. And, well, we got it. This film wasn't made just for you. I'm just going to cut this part out because he goes into major spoiler territory here. But I have to ask about this, just to be on the safe side. Did you see Into Darkness? I thought you said you haven't seen it yet.
It just seems like Abrams has no interest in being creative. He just rehashes old storylines and rejigs them to tell them differently. That's not being creative. That's being fucking lazy as a storyteller and a director.
The irony. This pretty much tells me either A, you did see the movie, or B, went onto spoiler sites. Also, Abrams didn't write the sequel. He just, I don't know, directed the movie! I'm also going to skip this part here because he bitches about the lens flares. Like, that hasn't been done 1,000 times over.
And one of the other things that bugs me are the people that say, oh, well, you know, in the first movie he did the whole alternate dimension thing, so now you can go back to storylines and change them and make them completely different. No, that's a fucking lazy cop-out. That goes back to Abrams not really being fucking creative. He chose an easy fucking cop-out, and everyone thinks it's cool and awesome. It annoys the piss out of me.
The more I watch this, the more I realize that this guy is nothing more than a Star Trek purist. And he blames Abrams for ruining it for him. Newsflash, buddy. Star Trek was quote-unquote dead before the reboot revitalized the franchise. All the original stories are still there, and you can still watch them anytime. Paramount did not say anything about, oh, the stories don't matter anymore. They're still there. It's been said. Alternate reality. Everything.
Out of me. And there's so much more that I had to say, but I didn't write it down, and it's just like a clusterfuck of garbled stuff in my mind at the moment. So I'm going to end the video here.
After this, he just spends the next minute asking everybody if they like the movie and comment, rate, subscribe, bull crap. So, that's where I'll end it. I'm in the mood to watch the 2009 movie. Is anyone else? Till next time.
Hey guys, it's Evermime Gadget Man. How you doing? Forgive me, I'm a little raspy today. I kind of lost my voice a little bit. But you read the title correctly. I am returning my PS4. And the reason why I'm returning my PS4 is there's nothing wrong with the system. There's nothing wrong with the hardware. It's fine.
If there's nothing wrong with it, then why are you returning it?
It does have a little reminiscent of the PS3 in regards to the fan. It's a little loud, but not nearly as bad. So it's not the reason why I'm returning it, though. The reason why I'm returning it is there just aren't any games for me. And I say that because I got Killzone. That was the whole reason why I got the PS4. And basically Killzone sucks.
Really? Because of one game? You're returning your PS4 because of one game. You haven't tried to play the other games? Just one game?
So whoever the developer is, the Guerrilla Games, whoever the guys are that actually developed this game, I don't know if it was Euro or US or wherever the hell you are, you suck. Your AI sucks, your game sucks, and it's disappointing. Whoever made the same company, I know it's the same company, but the developer has to be different because the guys who made the Vita version of the game did it right. The game's awesome for the Vita. The AI is intelligent and no one's to hide it, no one's to run. It's just an entirely different game in regards to the intelligence of the game.
Same team, different hardware.
The PS4, the version, the Shadow Fall, I mean, I could jump behind a guy with 2 guys, 3 guys there, and I'd slit the throat of one guy or shoot him in the head, and the other guys just stand around and have a conversation. Or they'll just start walking the other way. It's like, what the hell? I don't get it. It's very annoying. And the game itself is, you know, I've had times when it slowed down a little bit, got a little choppy, and I was like, what? Really? And when the game got intense, so did the PlayStation 4. It got a little hot, started fanning up. And I have it on the outside, or I had it on the outside. Now it's in a box.
I know this is cliche, but do you have any video evidence to back up your claim here?
But anyway, there's no other games for me. So I'm going to return it for now. You know, I'm getting rid of this one, and I'll wait 6-7 months when something else comes out. Maybe I'll wait for Uncharted 4. I don't know. That's a game I really like. That's a reason why I would buy this system. Now, I thought Killzone would have been a reason why, but it sucks. So therefore, I have no use for the system. Therefore, it is going back.
This is what happens when you buy a console on day one. And I'm going to skip ahead a little bit because he talks about getting an Xbox One.
Right now, the PS4 sucks for me. Also, Killzone doesn't have left-handed controllers. I myself am a southpaw, and I just don't understand why these game developers cannot make games with southpaw. It's not that freaking hard. You just flip the sticks. That's it. That's all you gotta do. I don't care about the buttons. I just want the sticks flipped. It's easier for me. Now,
Guerrilla Games did say that you can customize your controller layout. And did you even look in the options menu? Or did you even go to the options menu? Or did you even select it?
Being a left-hander, we live in a right-hander's world. I have to adjust, and I did. And I did the best I could, but man, this game sucks so bad that I just don't care. So anyway, it's going back. So I'll show you where it is right now. It's in the box. See that?
Just because of one game.
Going back. See you, Sony. Thanks for nothing. I guess we'll play later.
I'm just gonna stop it right there. So, any final thoughts? No, not really. I said what I had to say. I decided to look around the internet and found a really, really bad Power Rangers rant. Because I am a bit of a Power Rangers fan, and I decided to take a look at it and... Well... How about you see for yourself?
Thought I'd try something a little different today. Okay, in Japan, when their Power Rangers started, like 15 years before we ever got a Power Rangers series.
Just to let you know, this state will come back to bite him in the ass later.
Has Super Sentai. Also known as Mitsu Sentai Gorenja. Now, the current series we're on, Megaforce, is actually 2 series. First, we've got right now is Ghostager, also known as Tenso, which means invoke, apparently, Squadron, or Sentai Ghostager.
Tenso Sentai Ghostager translates to Heavenly Armament Squadron 5-Starger. What, it couldn't take you 5 seconds just to look it up?
I do not know what Go Rangers thing means.
Secret Squadron 5 Rangers. 5 seconds it would have taken you! 5 seconds!
And Kaizok Sentai, or Pirate Squadron Gokaiger, is coming later on. Now here's the stupid thing. There's a lot of continuity errors right in the first episode of Gokaiger. First of all, Megaforce, sorry, not Gokaiger. First of all,
have you ever heard of a script?
Ghost claims he was a student of Zordon. Where the heck has he been this whole time?
It has been stated in the Power Rangers Megaforce intro that he's been a slave for centuries.
Barja, I believe it is, was the name of Zordon in Japan, and he was actually only the mentor to the Jew Rangers, also known as MMPR Season 1. Well, Zords and suits for all 3 seasons, except for the Alien Rangers, which is Ninja Sentai Kaku Ranger.
Here's the difference.
Anyway.
Power Rangers and
Another
Super
continuity
Sentai
error,
are completely
continuity
two
error
different continuities.
is-
Super Sentai is Japanese,
You notice along the wall,
Power Rangers is American.
it looks like
I know
a
Power Rangers uses the source
Ranger.
material from Japan,
Though,
but still
Power
two
Rangers-
different continuities.
Ranger keys were introduced in Gokaiger. So supposedly between Ghost Ranger and Gokaiger, the Super Sentai gave up their powers.
Wow, jumping from one topic to the next without rhyme or reason.
Hacking.
Good
Now,
job.
I created the Ranger keys. No, that does not mean the Rangers can't morph anymore. Technically, right now they can't. But if for some reason a past Sentai or Ranger has lost their powers, for whatever reason, but gets their Ranger key back, they can morph. So, yeah, say Tommy Oliver, aka Dr. Oliver from Dino Thunder and Power Rangers seasons 1, 2, and 3, were to get the Green Ranger key back for season 1. He'd be able to turn back into the Green Ranger, even though supposedly the powers were kind of lost in time because he had them as a clone of his and was sent back in time. This is an example. Or the Ninja Eddie powers. Or his White Ranger powers from season 2, which is actually a completely different season. Which I'll get to in a minute.
Jason David Frank himself stated in an interview with TMZ.com that both the Green and White Rangers will be in Super Mega Force next year. I'll put a link in the description below for all of you to see it.
Here's the thing that really bugs me. The Kaiser has what's called greater powers.
I'm just going to sum up what he says here because it takes him about 2 minutes to explain it. But basically, in the Sentai series Jetman, the Black Ranger in it dies in the end of the series, and he comes back to help the Gokaigers as a ghost, and he gets to transform. So yeah, I pretty much summed up everything in 15 seconds, which takes him 2 minutes to do.
Yeah, he's back. No human can see him. Strangely. But yeah. And he can still morph for whatever reason. Yeah, apparently any dead Sentai that shows up as a spirit can still morph.
And don't forget about aging.
The Jetman to help defeat an old rival, Captain Marvelous, or Gokai Red. Here is the really stupid thing about that greater power. Some of the greater powers, like the Mystic Force greater power, give you a Zord, or a vehicle, or a combination of the Zords. In the case of Magi Ranger, which is Magi Dragon. And the dogs better shut up!
Wow, right on camera, huh? Very smart of you.
Anyway, yeah, that's fine. Give us something that we can combine with a Megazord. Here's the stupid thing.
Oh, so now
Jetman's
you do
greater
that.
power is not a Zord. It's their finisher, the Jet Phoenix. Yeah, how stupid is that? Sure, it's older. It's older than PR or the Power Rangers. So like 21 years, maybe more. No, 22, because 20 years here, 21 in Japan, because...
I did say that statement will come back to bite him in the ass, didn't I?
Up until Samurai, we got Power Rangers 1 year after it premiered in Japan. But for whatever reason, Japan or North America decided to run that stupid remake of season 1, which didn't even finish, from what I've seen.
Because Walt Disney was still airing that, Saban
like
bought the franchise back from them.
Turbo,
so they had stopped
Power Rangers
making
Turbo.
it.
Not to be confused with a team before Team Jetman, known as Tokusatsu Sentai Turbo Ranger. Sorry, I was getting them mixed up. Turbo Ranger was before MPR. Car Ranger is actually what we call Power Rangers Turbo.
And I'm just going to skip the next minute because he just rambles on about Turbo Ranger and Car Ranger, which I don't know much about either shows. So...
Hey, speaking of Car Ranger, okay, they've got keys for the main 5, basically, in Commentator. And then there's 6 Ranger keys, like for Green Ranger, White Ranger from Season 2, Quantum Rangers, etc., etc. Then they've got extra heroes. Okay, we get Signal Man, also known as the Blue Centurion, as an extra ranger. But officially, Power Ranger, also known as Power Rangers Turbo, has no 6th Ranger.
Actually, Power Rangers Turbo does have a 6th Ranger, the Phantom Ranger. He was only a one-shot in Car Ranger. Saban, on the other hand, made him the 6th Ranger in Turbo. Boy, you really did your homework, did you?
There's no ranger that's officially counted as a 6th Ranger. I don't mind Gokaiger's greater powers, but I wish there was more greater powers that were like Zords or something. So, that's my little rant on the greater powers of Gokaiger. If you guys want to know anything else about the greater powers of like a specific team, just ask in the comments below. See you next time.
Well, that was one poorly done rant. Well, I pretty much said everything I had to say in the commentaries, so till next time.
Hey guys, back here with another Power Rangers rant. This time it's going to be Power Rangers RPM. And oh boy, this is going to be another one of those things where I'm going to get some resentment.
That's why I'm here, dear sir.
So, here we go. This is going to be just like the in space rant. It's going to be a kind of a long video by my standards, so
which are pretty low.
So here we go. We start the series off by Dr. K. We didn't get to see Dr. K until episode 5. Yeah, we didn't even know who she if it was he or she at this point. But we found out it was a she. We later found out, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. Let's just skip ahead to the Dylan Summer thing. That's the main thing I wanted to cover. Okay, the whole Dylan Summer thing. That's the main thing I wanted to rant about in this video. They screwed this up so badly. They had the chance to have them kiss it in one episode, and they screwed it up. Okay?
A script is your best friend.
If you guys have ever seen the videos of that episode where they were going looking for someone for Dylan's sister, pretty much the same storyline as Andros from In Space, pretty much the same damn storyline. Anyway.
Holy hell! Talk about jumping from one topic to another.
Anyway. If you heard my Power Rangers in Space rant, then you're going to be pretty familiar with my complaint here. Well, before I get to the main complaint, let's cover some good things. The swords were pretty cool. They didn't have the stupid, goofy sound effects, thank God. And then, for another thing, they did it differently than they did in the Japanese version. Thank God for that.
God damn it!
But the kind of... Okay, now we're getting into the crappy parts.
That's it? That's all you got? See? A script would have helped you here.
Some of the stupid things, why... The googly eye thing and some of the Ziggy stuff was just so damn bad. I know he was one of the Rangers, but God, he was so bad. I don't know what Dylan saw in this guy. I really don't. Oh my God.
Maybe because Ziggy is the comic relief character of the team? And maybe Dylan saw Ziggy as a friend who treated him like a person?
Okay, and that leads me to my biggest point. The whole Summer Dylan disaster.
Disaster?
Well, you already know how I feel about this.
Just like they missed the boat on the Andros Ashley thing in space, like...
You can't be serious.
13 years before. Like... Yes? Yes! Sorry about that, I got interrupted again.
Editing is your best friend.
It's the boat on the Andros Ashley train. They missed the boat on this one big time because of the fact that they screwed it up. I don't remember the name of the episode, but
research!
It doesn't really matter. Oh, I lost my headphones there for a minute. Anyway, they screwed it up by having Jim and Gemma get involved. By the way, that was another one of my big complaints.
Are you
Jim and Gemma
serious?
were two of the gimmickiest characters I've ever seen in my life.
You just can't keep jumping from point to point like this. You want to rant about the Dylan Summer relationship? Do that. But don't go into why you hate two characters that annoy you in the middle of your previous point. It just confuses your audience. That is why you script this, to keep things organized.
Bandai, Savon, whoever has the rights to set up the Power Ranger RPM, clear up all this damn controversy.
What controversy?
If you're gonna go somewhere with the characters, then go there! We know that Dylan and Summer were going to kiss. So, don't make it blindly obvious and then try a backstep. Let it happen.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a hardcore shipper here!
I mean, granted, we know that they technically couldn't, I guess. You want to be technical, because Dr. K was... I still don't like Dr. K as a mentor, okay? I didn't like her from day one. And that's not being racist or anything like that. She's white. That's not why. The reason I don't like her is because she's not fit for the role. It's not Power Rangers like.
What? They can't do anything different?
Yeah, it was the best Power Rangers theme. It was the best type of Power Rangers they've ever done up to this point, though I think Power Rangers Megaforce is going to be Super Megaforce is going to be pretty good, but we haven't got there yet. I still think Super Megaforce is going to surpass RPM in my opinion because of all the damn returns we're going to get out of it. But we'll see what happens there.
Boy, you're going to be disappointed.
And to top it all off, they slapped us all in the face with the season finale. With all these... They didn't even clear that Summer Dylan controversy up in the finale. What the fuck?
They kinda did. They left Korth to explore the world. This is where research comes in handy.
Well, that's my rant. Hope you enjoy these rants. If you do, well, if you don't, let me know and I'll stop, but I doubt I'll stop. Anyway, talk to you later. Peace.
Fortunately for us, you did stop.